Hey guys, I decided to do a visual video, but today is a day I'm going to talk about sex trafficking. We're going to talk about something that I experienced in my own life when I was homeless. They sex traffic women because you're homeless, you're vulnerable, nobody to help you, and these type of men and women are looking for those type of people with no family. They're hoping that no family will be out there that will care about you, concerned about you, or they'll isolate you on purpose from your family. They'll spread all type of rumors about you, lies about you, in order for other people to stay away from you and not interact with you. And this is what makes a lot of young men and young women feel like this is never going to stop. It's never going to end. They try to take away your money, try to keep you away from jobs, try to keep you away from making any form of money. It's going all the way back to slavery. It's the same method that the slave master used on the black slaves to auction off the black man or to auction off the black mother with her daughter. Not only for labor, but also for sexual pleasure as well. They raped the black women and their children. Didn't care how old those young children was. Okay? We are dealing with issues in society that some pastors will not touch on. But these are reality things that we are dealing with in our today society. We are dealing with sex trafficking all around us. It's close to $1 billion industry, according to research. Innocent children, we hear it on the news, where a task force busts in a house and find children and women all beat up and tied up and living in inhumane type of condition, or maybe the traffickers got them living in a mansion right among you and you don't even know it. Look like everyday neighbors. Look like an everyday person. But yet they have abducted and kidnapped souls. The devil is a liar. The devil is a thief. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus said that I come to give you life and therefore more abundantly. God is against sexual immorality. Well, what is sexual immorality? Any kind of sexual activity outside of marriage. Anything outside of marriage. Well, this world will tell you that it's okay to do what you want to do. Well, that's the way of the world. That's not the way of God. You can't walk in God and not go according to His law and His ways. You know, King David was a very powerful man. But King David also had a very dysfunctional family. King David's son, Amnon, raped his sister, his half-sister, Tamar. And then his other son, Absalom, ended up killing Amnon for raping Tamar. God is against even family type of sexual immorality. Having sex with your daughters, having sex with your children, sacrificing up your children so that your boyfriend or your husband can lay up in the bed with your children. God is against these things. It's an abomination in the eyes of God. My message today is for sex traffickers. I was trafficked when I was homeless. Yeah, sure was. And they will have the audacity to say, if she ain't putting out, then let her ass stay out there. That means out in the streets. Don't help her. See, there's a sly kind of way of being sex trafficked. Not just somebody come and kidnap you and grab you and take you off into a abandoned building. Yet there's a different type of sex trafficking where when you don't have identification, they make sure that they keep your identification, your ability to make phone calls, your phones and things are always being stolen away from you. Dominique and myself been through this. My daughter. This form of trafficking, the homeless women, is where they'll let you be up for hours. They'll watch you. And I mean that they watch you like a hawk. And they use secret video recording you. You're out there on the internet or online and you don't know that they're exploiting you or marketing you. They're using your profile pictures on the internet or wherever that they were getting your particular picture, and then they'll put that picture connected with some kind of sex hub or some kind of sex website or the dark web, and you're out there and you don't even know that you're out there until you start seeing strange activity happening around you. And women should always be aware of their surrounding. You start seeing strange men or Africa and and all these men, and you're wondering where they coming from, because I don't interact with these people. That's because somebody have you out there and you don't even know where it's streaming from, but it's streaming on you. The everyday people, is common sense. Everyday people don't put their all attention on you unless you're a celebrity, and I'm no celebrity, and I don't have a lot of money. You understand? Nor is my daughters. You feel me? When somebody want to be vindictive and somebody want to be spiteful, they will do that to women as well. Even there's women involved and cops involved, judges involved, lawyers involved. You'd be surprised when the sex demons is on people. People that you think that's not involved are involved. Same way with child trafficking and child pornography. You'd be surprised how there's doctors and lawyers and judges and these people that's in high places, but they have the sex addiction on them. They have these sex demons on them. And some, instead of coming clean and go get therapy help, they fear being scrutinized, so they never come out in the open about their type of lifestyle. So they keep it a secret, thinking that, I guess, some miracle cure from heaven is going to cure them overnight. But first, God required confession. God required for you to own up to exactly what you're involved in, so that he can step in and help you in that area. I woke up this morning and God made it very crystal clear in my ear about conversation that traffickers was having. And God wanted me to address them in particular. Because in Jeremiah 29:11, when you turn towards it, God said that I know the plan. I know the thought, I know the plan. And it says, declares the Lord. Nobody else speaking it but God. Nobody else declaring it but God. And it's 29:11 in Jeremiah. And God said, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future. These are God's plans. This is not sex trafficking plans. These are God's plans. See, the devil will let you live however you want. The devil is the type of parent, if you will, where you have a parent that'll let you live however you want to live, even if that means self-sabotage. But then God is the type of God where there's restrictions and there's rules that you must follow and obey, if you will. So Satan will let you kill yourself if he can. He don't care. He's like one of those parents that just don't care about what you do, how you do it, any kind of way that you do it. But God is also talking to some sex traffickers today that don't want to work. You don't want to work. The world convinced you that this is the quick, fast way how to get your money. Kidnapping. Does that sound godly? Does that sound like it comes from the throne? Kidnapping women. Capturing souls and bring them to the point of despair and hopelessness and abuse, coldness, bitterness. Does it sound anything that it comes from heaven? So why would you do it? When you don't want to work the long route, you want to take the fast money and the easy money, then you sell your soul off to the devil for that money. Your job is to go get him more souls, more bodies. Go get him more. Go get him more. Like the slave master back in the days will recruit other black male and women to go get more young slave girls and boys and bring them to me. You understand? Taking the hope and the future that God said that my plan is to give you a hope in the future. Their plan is to keep you in slavery. Like some people keep trying to keep black people in slavery. Well, that's how the sex traffickers are. To try to keep a person in slavery in order for them to make fast, quick money. But if I look into the hill for where my help comes from, my help should be coming from the Lord and not from my own understanding. In Proverbs 3:5, it says to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge the Lord. This ain't no looking contest. It's like you keep on, they don't want to take my ministry serious. They don't want to take me serious as a messenger. They don't want to take anything I do as serious. I went to school to become a paralegal for violation of people's civil rights and constitutional rights. The men that's involved want to laugh down everything I do and say, along with their side women that they already got complying with them, that's afraid to speak up for another woman, that's afraid to speak up even for themselves. They try to water down everything. That is a form of trafficking still, where someone wants to try to keep finances from you. That is a form of like somebody trying to have a financial hold on you because they can't control no other part, no other area of your life. So they try to keep you in poverty in order to have a form of control over you. You understand? I'm a very skilled woman. I can multitask. I'm multi-talented. There's no way that I should not have money. There's no way that I should not be wealthy at this moment in time. I got books out here. I'm a paralegal. I do documents. I do hair braiding. There's no way in the world that I should not be making no money. But the reason why is because they still believe that they can circle around me and my daughters and try to keep the finances from coming in for us. Does that make any sense? So therefore, you won't have no money to cover your rent, and you're right back in the same homeless situation, so that they can aim at you and your daughters again. Does that make sense? It's all a big game to them, and it's all a big trap. And it takes people with spiritual eyes to be able to see how they operate. Now, one thing about their operation is that every time when they repeat the same pattern, you begin to learn their operation of how they work. They sit up there, they watch you all over the internet. They watch you, they combine from state to state, from city to city. You understand? And then you have this one, or maybe you have one or two leaders that is inputting. Yeah, shoot, that coochie is this way. That coochie feel like this and that. So you have this communication going on among the men. Does that make sense? So that's putting the thought of lust into other men to want to try it out and want to participate and want to jump on the bandwagon with their sex trafficking. Does that make sense? And this is the way that some officers could get their rocks off, by putting this girl through in and out of jails and mental health hospitals. Because after they violate the women, this is just from our own personal experience. After they violate the woman and the woman is upset, then they go take the woman to the hospital to go get a psych evaluation. Now, she's already upset. The hospital is going to shoot her up with drugs. So therefore, she's knocked out. You understand? And they'll lay off of her for a couple of days or maybe a week, and then they'll zone back in on her. When they think that the real cops is getting on to them. Or they don't like for the girls to go into the missing person database, because that's going to involve the regular real cops. Out on the streets, they have a thing where they let a woman stay up for days at a time, to the point where you're nodding off like this. Either at I used to go to Starbucks, go buy a cup of coffee, and you could just see that I'm nodding off. Then a man will come and approach you. You look like you're tired. Make small talk. By this time, your body is worn down. Your body is tired. It's like what they used to do, prisoner of war, if you will, method. Let a person's body get so tired and so worn down. So when they offer you the proposition that, hey, I'm not going to do anything to you. You're welcome to come to my place, take a shower, get something to eat, and catch up on some sleep. But you wake up with a man's hand all over you. You wake up with a man on top of you that you didn't give consent to. Are you understanding where I'm coming from? See, we overcome by the words of our testimony of what we've been through and how we overcame. And a lot of times I would just keep myself out there. If that's what it meant, then I'll just stay out on the street and stay up all night. And sometimes I had to ride the train. And sometimes I would sleep on the train, which was very dangerous in San Francisco and all these bigger cities. But that's your only way to catch sleep, or on the bus, or at the airport, where there's plenty of cops or TSAs around. But some of them will be bold enough to follow you to the airport. They know exactly where you're going. You understand? If you start having people from other country, you know that you don't interact with no Africans and no people from Iran and India. Why are these type of men so focused in on you? It's weird. But it's a trafficking game. They got you out there on the internet, and your images and your videos are floating around, and you can't get a hold of them. But you know something ain't right. It doesn't take a rocket science to put 2 + 2 together equals 4. Common sense. And just you being aware of your surrounding. Not every woman is crazy and don't know what she's talking about. That's what an abuser use in order to throw off everybody. They figure that they've been using this against women for years, that they're just crazy or overly emotional. No, a woman knows exactly what she's talking about. Abuse is abuse, no matter what type of form that it comes in. Abuse is still abuse. And my sister and I, Sister Rice, we got into prayer, praying about trafficking, and even for the sex traffickers. That God is telling you to change from your wicked ways. If my people who is called by my name shall turn, God is not going to come down to heaven and reach on your shoulder and turn you. No, this is a personal choice and decision that you are making on your own. The same way how you decide to go on the devil's side and sell souls for a living. Because that's exactly what you're doing. You're selling souls, trafficking souls for a living. So you made that choice and decision to traffic and make a contract with the devil. Now, at the end of the day, if you will turn from your own wicked ways and your own way of planning and your own thoughts and let God be the pilot in your life, instead of you trying to figure out where my next bread gonna come from. Bread is $1. You can always ask somebody for a dollar or two, and go get a loaf of bread if that's the problem. Because we can't survive off of bread and water or off a Jiffy Mix that's only like about 78 or 80 cents. Pop that baby in the oven and you got some cornbread. Bread. Some people want to live this worldly, glamorous life and glam and luxury, and they're willing to sell out themselves and sell their family members and I just got to do whatever I got to do, because that's the motto of the world. Do whatever that you got to do to sell out your soul to the devil. Got to do what you got to do, right? Then you end up feeling yucky. Sex was meant for the marriage bed. Sex was meant for a husband and a wife. But this world teach you that you could do whatever you want sexually. That's why we got a rise in the HIV. I wouldn't want to be trying to traffic any contaminated woman that been out there, and some men don't use condom and they're raw and being all out there, you know what I'm saying? Just sloppy and messy about their sex life, doing orgies and switching and baiting and all of this stuff that they doing out there. Just don't care, right? Some people do it because they figure that you are not light-skinned with beautiful eyes, so therefore you need to be treated like dirt. Well, who are you to make that choice and decision? And God is also telling women, don't be unwise. If you're a warrior for the Lord, you also carry a weapon. You need a weapon. You need to protect yourself. If they want to call the police, well then let's call the police and let's tell the police exactly what you was trying to do with me. Let's do it. Matter of fact, let's get the FBI and the Department of Justice involved. How you like to traffic women, how you like to target them. Let's do it. So we praying that even the sex traffickers' thoughts get changed. Their heart get changed. They give those children and those women and those young boys back to their parents, their rightful parents, and find another avenue of how to make your money. Because that's the devil working on you, telling you that you ain't got no hope. And this your only way, boy. This your only way. You want that money, don't you? It's almost like a person forcing you to drug deal. You understand? So that was the message for today. Peace out.